Where has poetry taken you?
Man, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Like if you're talking like physical places in time and space.
Yeah, tell me about that. Like so that we have
Puerto Rico,
okay,
Mexico, different parts of the US, Turkey. You know, I don't know if some of those places I went there, I wouldn't say poetry took me there, but I went there and I was able to use my poetry and express my art. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've been able to thankfully visit different countries and different places. So cool. So many cool places, you know. I would say like Mexico was the first place to invite me out there as a Latin American country, right? Shout out to Rojo. Rojo, a poet out there, was one of the first people working in the slam scene, right?
Okay.
Which is what I did a lot of in Chicago. Did a lot of slam poetry, and as you probably already know, slam started in Chicago, right? So you know, there was always Latino slammers, right? You know, matter of fact, our Chicago poet laureate was a slammer, right? She won a slam championship, Mayra del Valle, but so there was always Latino slammers, but the Latino slammers always slammed in English, rightfully so, right? Because you're gonna be doing it here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there wasn't that I knew of a lot of slammers that were slamming in Spanish, right? Or even doing anything really in Spanish, right? And I was attempting at it. I was bad at it. I wasn't good at it. But I was attempting it and I was doing it. Yeah. And I was just, you know, hanging out with folks that were always speaking Spanish, right? Because I'm Latino hanging out in Chicago. I think what's important to note is that during this time, right, I'm also working at the National Museum of Mexican Art. And so arts like to cross each other. You know what I'm saying? So through the museum, I'm also working with artists that are working in other fields that I'm just naturally finding myself in the same circles in. And so, yeah, Mexico was like, yo, come out here. Rojo came out to Chicago. We showed him some love. He was like, yo, come out to Mexico. Went out there. And, you know, it was a trip actually that was sponsored by Contenidos. Shout out to Christina. And we coordinated this event where I was able to go out there and spit poetry. And like, you know, when I went out there, not that I doubted him or anything like that, but I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to go out there and do like open mic cafe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like the scene out there was I was really impressed with how serious the scene is out there, and today what it's grown to also. And I was like, wow, this is legit stuff. And then it really opened my eyes like, oh man, Latin America got a poetry scene, right? So whatever, years go by and I'm collaborating with Mexico, and then I get to collaborating with Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican, right? So I'm already going out to Puerto Rico. I'm making connections with poets out there. I go to this spot, Poets Passage. I meet some great poets out there. They're doing poetry out there, and then we're having this intercambio, right? They're like, hey, we want to go to Chicago. They come to Chicago, we do something. I go to Puerto Rico, we do something. You know what I'm saying? And it's this beautiful intercambio that's happening, right? Between all of us. You know, Chicago, Mexico, Puerto Rico, you know. And so those are the places consistently that I find myself kind of rotating through. You know what I'm saying?